Hi, my name is John Clayton. I play bass.
John Clayton, how you doing, sir?
Feeling good, John.
It's great to see you after not having seen you for quite a while. I can't remember the last time it was, but the interview you did for the website for ForBassPlayersOnly.com was, I think, back in maybe 2009. It was one of the early ones. So there's, I know, a lot going on in your life and your career as we've been following, but I'd like to hear it straight from you. What is going on? What's keeping you busy these days, John?
Gazillions of things, but I love everything I do, so I'm happy doing all the gazillions of things I do. But I think right now a few projects are in my sights that I'm really focusing on. One of them is a project which I'm going to call the Parlor Series, and it's as if I were to invite you to my home, to my parlor, and say, hey, come on in, here's a drink, and just relax, and we're going to do duos today, and this is my friend, and we don't know what we're going to play for you, just chill and enjoy. And I basically took that concept, that idea, and went into the studio with it, and I've already done 3 projects that way that have not been released, and we're going to release the first one hopefully soon.
Is it a secret who you did them with?
It's not a secret. I did it with my son, Gerald.
Okay.
So that's
you must be so proud of him, because I see his name all over the place doing big things.
I'm a very happy, blessed man. You know, when your kids are doing things that they love, then you're happy. So that's one thing, and that's going to come out on the Artist Share label. So people can always go to my website and check that out, or go straight to Artist Share, that website. I'm still working with the Clayton Hamilton Jazz Orchestra. We're doing some festivals and concerts, and hopefully a recording soon. I still have the Clayton Brothers. Everything I do is fun. I still teach at different places as guests, and I still do the Port Townsend Jazz Workshop in Port Townsend, Washington. That's a wonderful workshop jazz festival that I do at the end of July. That's so much fun. I still am a part of the Vail Jazz Foundation. I do their education bit, and I still do the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival. That's a really big
You have
festival.
been busy.
So a lot going on, but like I said, I love what I do, and I get to make music with my friends.
Well, I happened to stumble upon you on TV not too long ago with a certain British luminary that I think everyone has heard of. You had to think for a second, huh? Tell me about that gig. Actually, there was something I saw about a week or so ago in an article somewhere. It said you were surprised when you got the call. Tell everyone who we're talking about.
We're talking about Paul McCartney.
No, that's not who. No, yes, that's who.
Not John Lennon. I mean, that was one that would have been a dream too. But Paul McCartney, I got called to play on a recording of his, and also did a video. And I was one of 3 bass players actually. Christian McBride is also on the studio recording, and Bob Hurst is also on the studio recording.
Oh,
but
Detroit boy.
That's right. And I did Detroit and Philly, but I did the entire live video and CD, and it was just a joy to work with Paul McCartney. I mean, somebody like that isn't even on my bucket list, because I don't think about the possibility of ever working with somebody like Paul McCartney. But lo and behold, he wanted to do a recording of the songs that he grew up on, which were a lot of jazz songs and jazz-influenced songs, a lot of American standard songs, and so he sang, and we played. Dinah Krall was on piano, Jeff Hamilton was on drums on some things, Kareem Riggins, Anthony Wilson on guitar, John Pizzarelli on guitar. So it was.
Don't forget Joe Walsh. I don't know what he was doing. That was an interesting addition to that.
Awesome. He was awesome. He and I got along really well.
Yeah.
He knocked me out. So anyway, that was funny you mentioned that. But that was one of those unexpected joys, pleasures. It was like getting a bonbon at the end of a meal.
Yeah. Well, not that you need it, certainly, but that looks good on a resume, too.
Thanks.
Well, tell us, you've done so much. Just in the last couple of minutes, you've rattled off so many things that you've done, but you're still very young and you've still got a lot of energy. So tell us, what we can look forward to. What would you like to do that you haven't had a chance to accomplish yet?
Ooh, that's a good question. I kind of I want to expand what I'm doing. I just want more of the same, and so that means digging in a little bit deeper with the Clayton brothers, digging in a little bit deeper with my son, and doing some duo things, expanding the Clayton Hamilton Jazz Orchestra repertoire, and doing some. I really like the things that are on my plate right now, and I'm leaving room for surprises. I mean, for instance, Paul McCartney was a surprise. I just was in the studio with Leon Russell. That was a surprise with the big band. And then for people who know about this European icon, Charles Aznavour, things like that. Doing projects like that really are fun and interesting and challenging for me. So I'd like to do something with Stevie Wonder. I think he's a genius that we can experience here on Earth.
Yes, another proud claim to fame from Detroit.
That's right. Yes. That's right. He's Mr. Motown.
Yes,
so.
He is.
So, yeah, I mean, everything that I'm doing now, just kind of dial it up a little bit and leave room for surprises.
Well, great. I'm not sure if I asked you this last time, John, but what would you be if you were not a bass player? Something outside of music.
Probably a chef.
Really?
Yeah. I love cooking. I do it now, and I love flavors. It fascinates me how you put things together and make it all work. And
then you have to clean up, though.
Well, that's when you hire somebody else.
There you go.
Just get enough money to hire an aide, and then you can have fun and pay them.
Wonderful. John Clayton, it's so great to catch up with you, and we look forward to seeing and hearing lots more great things from you in the near future and in the distant future as well.
Thank you. Thanks so much.